Yeah, I mean, official visits and unofficial visits are super critical to the college recruiting space. The big difference between those is an unofficial visit, you pay your way to campus. You provide the transportation, you provide, money for meals and any goods that you've got associated with the visit. An official visit is paid typically by the school or depending on, especially at the major college level. Um, but it's the actual, it's really the meat and potatoes visit. A lot of times, the difference of those, there's some advantage of those, but ultimately you're on campus and you get a chance to meet with coaches, you get a chance to meet with professors, meet with academic services, meet with the collective or any other department on the campus. Those visits, whether they're unofficial or official, are certainly critical. And we like to tell people, build a bit of a checklist. Ask questions about the players. Ask questions to the players. Ask questions around what do they do when they're not playing, because you don't play the whole time. You've got to practice, you've got games, but you've got other things. You've got to study, you've got social life, you might have a girlfriend or a boyfriend or whatever the situation may be. So ask questions around those types of things, social experiences. Where do they go out? What is the local barber shop? Where do they bank at? Do they have a nearby Chick-fil-A? Like all the questions that you want to ask, have those prepared so that you can ask those kinds of questions when you're on your trip or as a byproduct of your recruiting journey. Those are certainly important, and they're very important in the process. And so I would say, if you're taking a visit to campus, again, whether it's an official visit or unofficial visit, be diligent. Have some questions going into it that you as a family want to ask. And maybe you have a certain 3 or 4 questions that dad wants to ask, certain 3 or 4 that mom wants to ask, certain 3 or 4 that a student athlete has. Prepare going into that. Because you're going to be onboarded with a bunch of questions. You're and a bunch of information. You might get presented a scholarship offer. You might get presented a partial scholarship or a full scholarship. You might meet with a professor. You might meet with the president of the university. So take notes, but also go into it. Remember this. In the recruiting process, when you take a visit to campus, not only are they interviewing you, but you're interviewing them. So if something feels off, then trust your gut. Just like if something feels off for them on you, then they're going to trust their gut as well. So it's really important that it works both ways. It's a relationship business, but it's an important one.